Hey Cheesecake Nation, Super Chudge Funk here. Uh, now this is a couple days late, but I felt like I had to get it done because I'm sure most of you know by now that on Monday, the 11th, I think it was, August of 2014, that one of the most beloved comedians, actors of all time, Robin Williams, passed away. And this news has devastated and broken the hearts of millions of people. Because Robin Williams was just one of those guys that he brought a lot of joy, a lot of happiness to a lot of people through his roles that he played throughout his entire career. And it's very... It's so hard to not feel sad about it, even if you're not a huge fan of Robin Williams. It's hard to not have been alive while he was alive and not have enjoyed at least one of his movies, because he was in a lot of movies. God, and most of his roles were really iconic and very memorable for how many he was in. And just the news of that he died was bad enough, but to learn that he took his own life was even more devastating, I think, to a lot of people, and it's very upsetting. And on behalf of my whole family and the rest of Double Fisted Cheesecake, I would like to send our deepest condolences to the rest of Robin Williams' family. He was a very big part of all of our lives, and he will be greatly missed. Not just here in the Cheesecake Nation, but throughout the entire world. He touched a lot of people with his roles, and he was, like I said, one of the greatest actors, comedians of all time. And you could feel the passion that he had in each of the roles he played. Looking back to some of the iconic roles he had, any child who grew up in the 90s knows Aladdin, and that Robin Williams played the genie in Aladdin. And I would have to say that is not only my favorite role he had during his career, but probably the best role he had that he ever did. Probably his most iconic. He just brought the character out. He proved that... I mean, he had already been an established actor for a little while, and he had some good roles and some good movies up until then. Obviously, he was in Mork and Mindy, which was, like, I think what gave him his push. It was an old television show. Not many kids today are gonna know what that is, but but just the genie in Aladdin, it showed that he had a good voice and he could sing. God, he has, like, his songs in that movie, A Friend Like Me and Prince Ali, were fun, and I've been kind of listening. I kind of want to watch Aladdin again. You know, maybe some of his movies, this is one last tribute to him. God, he had a lot of really cool movies. I personally liked Popeye. I just like to, I thought it was funny. I liked him in Robots. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like that movie, but I liked his role as Fender. I thought he was, like, the best character in that whole movie. Oh God, He was in Flubber. A lot of people... I think a lot of people remember the movie. They remember it, but all they know is that Robin Williams was in it. Jumanji. I remember after I saw the movie Jumanji, I wanted the board game. Oh, man. It's kind of weird that they're going to remake it. And Night at the Museum. I remember going to see I've seen both of those. I will probably go and see the third one. No, I mean, not just because I want to see it, because I enjoyed the first two, but again, also out of respect for Robin Williams, to see him in one of his final roles. Because I really enjoyed his character as former President Theodore Roosevelt, and I think that will probably go down as one of his more iconic roles, because it's a comedic role, but it's just funny to see him as that. Of course, he had Good Will Hunting, Patch Adams, Good Morning Vietnam, and he could play a Hook. God, Hook was a great movie. God, that's another one that I grew up on watching, and I thought just the whole concept of it was really cool. And I think Robin Williams was like the perfect guy for that. But I could go on and on about how much I loved Robin Williams' movies and just how much joy he gave to the world. But clearly Mr. Williams was dealing with a lot of demons, and that's upsetting. And his family must be devastated. And fortunately, I've never had to deal with a member of my family taking their own lives or being in that sort of predicament. But I have had a few friends that have been in that situation, and so I know. I could never possibly know, unless it happened to me, what that must feel like, but I can kind of get a little bit of an idea, because I've seen some of my friends have to deal with that kind of pain, and it's just terrible, and no one should have to deal with that. No child should have to bury their parents, and it's a terrible thing. Again, if any of you feel like you're depressed and you feel like you have nowhere to turn, just, God, hang on. Don't let life get you down, because there's always someone who's there to listen. There's plenty of websites and numbers you could call, and people will help guide you through this tough time in your life. And you know what? If you guys have a problem with suicide and you don't think you have anyone to talk to, drop me an email at doublefistedcheesecake@gmail.com, and I will 100% answer your email. I've had a couple friends deal with a little depression. I myself am no stranger to depression. I'm not going to get into that now, but just, you shouldn't have to feel like ending it all is the only choice you have. And I hope that nobody, and I know it's going to happen because there are people out there, like, that's how they feel about the situation, but don't hate people because they commit suicide. People do things for different reasons, and, people have demons and they just don't know how to deal with them. And I know poor Mr. Williams was dealing with a lot of issues. He turned to drugs, he turned to alcohol, he tried going to rehab. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it's very sad that this is how it ended up. And I just really think that no one should have to go through that. So I guess that's gonna do it for this, guys. I tried not to ramble too much, but I really wanted to get this video out there. Just to anyone who's listening to it, please share this with people, because I know if you think that you have a friend that's going through depression, let them know about me and about any of the other options, about calling people on the suicide hotline, prevention hotline, and just, that there are people who do care, people you don't even know. They may think that they might not even have a friend in the world, but you just gotta stay strong, guys. Stay strong. And on that note, I'm gonna cut it here. So I'm Super Chudge Funk, guys. Peace out.